everybody, welcome back. Sport Federation TV. We keep talking sport in the province, and of course, as you know, over the last 2 years, plenty of our interviews have happened online. One of our guests that has joined us on a regular basis, Kuda Chizema, chairperson of Western Cape Handball. Kuda, first time for us to have you in the studio. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, JP. Thank you.
And with you is Phillip Sihwanya. Phillip, welcome to Sport Federation TV.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me, JP.
Let's talk a little bit, Kuda. The last 2 years, it's been an interesting challenge. Obviously, we know that sport has been difficult, but handball, as we've been speaking online, we could probably recap some of that now. Yeah. You guys have managed to keep the wheels turning, you've managed to active, and you've got the leagues back up and running now.
Yes, we were picking certain periods during the COVID time to just get a grab on our sport, not to lose it all. And it actually worked to our advantage because we grew so much during that period. And now it's a period where we are open and free to do what we do best, which is handball. The numbers are growing, the activities are back on, and competition is back on. Yeah.
Yeah, and you not only are you getting playing, but of course during that time you were doing quite a lot of work behind the scenes with administration, getting your coaches and clubs up and running.
We definitely did that because we had a lack of coaching, and administration-wise also we were struggling. But now most of our clubs are getting there. We have structures coming up, and yeah, we have more coaches and administrators in the handball fraternity so long.
Phillip, let's go to you. Of course, one of the clubs that Kuda's talking about now is Cape Stars. Just tell us where is Cape Stars and how does it feel to be back in action?
JP, Cape Stars Handball Club. It's a local community club that is based in Delft, yes, in Cape Town. And we are happy to have handball back after a long holiday or a long time with COVID-19. And we are back. We've played a couple of games in the league, and our team is doing very well. We can tell that there's so much competition from other clubs out there. But as Cape Stars, we are really working hard, and we want to win the league.
So you, of course, had a lot of players that you didn't see for quite a while because of inactivity. It must have been nice to get everybody around on the court again and see each other.
Yes, that's right, JP. But as with our club, we had a certain system that we were using to train online so that we can have our players keep on active during the COVID times. Yeah. For now, they are back. Everything is back up and running, and the fitness level is not so bad.
Kuda, is that something you guys are working on from a provincial perspective? Is getting clubs to that sort of level that you've been talking about?
I think we are one step in. When we talk of our fitness, when we talk of clubs being at that same level, I think they all understand how much we had lost during the 2 years of being stagnant. Most of them, I see, they have been, because those 2 years actually helped a lot of players. People were going online with videos, training and doing all that. So it helped players individually. So when they came back now, it made life easier for our coaches to get on and get them fit. So yeah, I think it's really helping us as a province to develop in terms of our club structures and our competition on provincial level.
I know I've asked you this during the online interviews, but of course you guys compete against clubs from around the country as well, in the other districts and provinces. Are we seeing the same activity in the other cities around South Africa, also getting clubs back up and running and leagues playing?
Definitely, we have our main competitor, which is Eastern Cape. They're always up and running, just as we do. And the other provinces as well, they're getting up to speed, but always it's the Western Cape and the Eastern Cape that lead the
those are big challenges.
Oh, yes.
Phillip, just tell us a little bit about Delft. How did you guys get started as a club? Many people, I think, wonder quite often about how do handball clubs start?
JP, I will tell you how we started our club in 2014. We used a school structure. So we first introduced handball into schools, because once you introduce handball to the community, and then community will start to accept handball as a sport. But the only way you can get kids is when you start going into the schools, and then you have the school structure supporting the community club. So as Capstars, we started a schools league in Delft, and then from there we picked the kids that were really performing to start up a club.
Is there anything interesting that when you started up was maybe tricky, like teaching people how to play handball?
Yes, yeah. There are so many ways to start on how to introduce handball. Handball, I think it's, if not the most fun sport, there are always some ways that you could introduce handball, especially to new people, in a certain way that they know already. So for an example, you could use touch rugby to introduce handball, because handball, it's more or less rugby, it's more or less basketball. So you could try to combine all those sporting codes, and then you introduce handball, which is what we did in Delft.
Kuda, you must be obviously happy to have these sort of active club structures in place.
Yeah, so our mandate the mandate that we give our clubs is they need to grow the community that they stay in. They need to parent a school where they go there and they get kids from the schools, and we usually encourage them to create partnerships with the council as well and the community leaders, so that it's the way is paved. It's like it's open for them to do what they need to do, to develop how they need, because it's in Delft, you know, it can be dangerous sometimes. It can be dangerous sometimes, but when you have the support of the community leaders and the council itself, you are safe as it goes, because they will assist you in getting into the schools. They will assist you in acquiring facilities as well.
Phillip, from a Cape Stars point of view, we were looking at some of the footage that Kuda sent us a few weeks ago. A lot of photographs of clubs in the pictures. I think it was with the coaching, administration workshops that you guys were doing. And we noticed quite a lot of sponsors. I mean, you guys are very active on engaging sponsors, getting your kit. We see you guys are there, you know, in your fancy Cape Stars Handball Club kit there now. But you've got sponsors involved with you.
Oh yes, JP. So this is how we started, one step at a time, and we started by looking sponsors that could chip in and sponsor kits, and it's growing bigger day by day, bit by bit, and now we have some sponsors that will say, look here, you need to leave this type of brand, and then you go for a better brand, and then we inject this kind of money. We have sponsors like Zakumi Engineerings, and then we have Events Evolution. They have pop out 27,000 Rand. That is going to our kit that we are going to use recently in Zimbabwe this coming month. So we are really trying, and we are getting sponsors, and we actually still inviting more sponsors to support handball and our community clubs. The biggest problem is most of the handball clubs are from an underprivileged communities where you don't have local business from those communities supporting the community itself. So we really need sponsors to assist.
One of the sponsors that you've got on board with you now is Maneya Guest House, Bed and Breakfast.
Yes, so we strike a deal some weeks ago with Mauya B&B and Bright Stretching Tents. Right. Towards our fundraising to Zimbabwe, because as a club we want to go to Zimbabwe next month. We got an invite to a regional tournament in Zimbabwe, and as a club we feel that's where we are going to get best competition, because as a club here we are really trying in South Africa, so we need to look out to regional competition, and we have partnered with Mauya and Bright Stretch Tents to make a fundraising, which is next month on the 4th of June. Yeah. It's going to be a dinner fundraising for the club.
A dinner fundraising for Cape Stars, who will be traveling to Zimbabwe. Yes. Mauya. Did I get it right?
That's right,
Mauya. Yeah. All right, folks, Mauya, Bed and Breakfast, and of course Bright Stretch Tents, supporting Cape Stars, Handball Club here in the Western Cape, in Delft, in fact, raising funds. Kuda, you must be excited about those type of initiatives where you see clubs taking the bull by the horn, so to speak, to make their own clubs work, and that of course takes some pressure off the administration.
It really does. It's an amazing job that Cape Stars is doing. For years we've been trying to preach to the clubs to take an initiative to try and get sponsors in,
Yeah.
to come up with ways to fundraise for their transport, for their kids. There's so many things that we can do as a sporting code or as a sporting community to actually bring stuff that we need on board. So this is something that lessens the pressure from us, from the provincial point of view, and they're leading the line. So I hope every club is going to follow.
Well, we're going to leave it at that. Phillip, well done on all the initiatives. We're, of course, waiting to see that you guys all end up as provincial players and then go and compete for South Africa and bring back the medals.
Thank you, JP. We definitely do.
There we go. And Kuda, on your side, we, of course, you know where the studio is now.
Oh, yeah.
We look forward to having you guys in here much more often.
Certainly.
Telling us what's going on with Western Cape Handball.
Yes, certainly, JP. Just to say as well, we have 6 representatives from the same club, from Cape Stars, in the national team under 20, going for Zim in the same month as well, in June next, the following month. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so it's great to actually have a club that's producing so much talent. So.
That is really good. You guys do so much great work, and we're looking forward to giving it as much exposure as possible. Right, folks, there we go. Western Cape Handball, Kuda Chizema and Phillip Sihwanya. I hope I got that right. And we wish them the very best of luck, and it really is great stuff, folks. So Mawia is, of course, the bed and breakfast that is supporting Cape Stars together with Bright Stretch Tents, and they'll be raising funds to go to Zimbabwe. So look out for Cape Stars Handball. We're looking forward to talking more about Western Cape Handball here on the show as we do. And find a club near you. We'll take a break. When we come back, we carry on talking we're talking club sport and, of course, sport in the Western Cape. Back in a sec. Yeah.